Football League. This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season, and we got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Green Bay Packers. On the Washington sideline is head coach Dan Quinn. His guys got the season started on a high note, a home victory in the opener. His counterpart on the Packers sideline, Matt LaFleur. His guys also winners in week 1, so a couple of 1-0 teams ready to get after it here. After a great first week of football, what does week 2 have in store? The Commanders and the Packers underway on Thursday night primetime. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And let's go ahead and keep this one simple. He had one of the most impressive rookie seasons in NFL history. A true dual-threat quarterback. He can reach a variety of ways. Took his team to the conference championship last season, trying to take them to the Super Bowl in year 2.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 117 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Ready? 60.
Play action, now it's Daniels. Now a run here off the RPO, he'll keep it. And right away, he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. This defense for the Packers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? So who are the freshest guys coming off the last game and playing a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 2. Daniels looking to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Hey, look at this Packers defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
About 3 yards there to the 27.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Daniels from the gun on third down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. Fourth down.
We hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth.
Here we go. Cowboy 80. Let's go.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr., his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Matt Gay on for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
Now in his third season as the guy in Green Bay, and he's thrown for at least 25 touchdowns in each of the last 2 years. He and his team believe they are due for a deep playoff run as long as he stays healthy and is piloted in the offense.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle. Second and 10. Love. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be fourth down. Here's Daniel Whelan now. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson in the Commander offense. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. You look at this Packers defense. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Throwing now is Daniels. And that is incomplete.
Well, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series. They're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
6-yard return after a punt of 48. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. Now, they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Packers at 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Here we go, set. Blue 30, ready.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Marshawn Lattimore there defensively.
Here we go, ready.
Counter play with Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, and said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marshawn Lloyd, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Off the play fake. Daniels. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down.
First down. A gain of 12. First down, Washington.
Here we go. Here we go.
And McLaurin, the motion man right. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Isaiah Simmons, boy, he can move all over the field, and he gets a tackle for loss there. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They go play action. Daniels. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
7-7, our score after 1. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation.
On the jump. Let's go now.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. To throw is Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A heck of an effort there on the scramble leaves him with just 3rd and a yard. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Ready.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Gay on for the Washington field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
And Gay knocks this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks, you tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
Here we go.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Ready.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Set. Hut, hut.
Now Love. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Ready. Break.
13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
First and 10 at the
Set, hut.
44-yard line.
Ready.
To throw now, here's Love. That's complete to Dobbs. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Set. Ready. Yellow. Set.
Play action this time with Love. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Set.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. He'll try and do this himself. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Ready, ready.
Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with the move to Robinson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Lucas Van Ness getting free there to bring him down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways. To the air goes Daniels. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football.
For Washington.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
On the ready. Hut.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Love looking to throw it. That's taken in by Watson. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 23. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Here we go. Set.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Brought down at the 20. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
Let's go now. Ready?
To pass. Here's Jordan Love. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
60 red. 60 red.
Here's Love. He'll try and do this himself. Now the ball comes loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Make it 2 weeks in a row now. He's kind of been Johnny on the spot. A fumble recovered last week, and now 2 in a row.
Reminds me a little bit of an old teammate of mine. We used to call him the Vulture because he would swoop in and clean up after the play was made. But, boy, we said it with a lot of affection because he made a lot of game-changing plays by getting to the football that had been knocked loose.
What was your nickname, by the way?
Can you go get me some water, guy, please? The rest of us are crying.
Right. Too humble. Looking to put a drive together. He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. That's about as exciting a 1-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it. This is 2nd and 8. Here's Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by Simic. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
19, charge.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack and to stop him short of the first. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly is paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And some space here. Inside the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. McManus to tack on the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not to any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Now Daniels. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And he's got it inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A huge play there for Washington. 64 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled in.
No gain on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
Red, 38. Set.
Throwing. Love. Got Dobbs over the middle. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Firing quickly out wide is Love. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Here we go. Ready?
Love now. And that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. Fielded just inside the 20. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. One final possession for the Commanders in this opening half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here we go. Here we go.
The man in motion is Brown. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Daniels pass. Intercepted. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move,
he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Okay, ready?
Now 3rd down and very long.
Here, set.
Looking to throw. Love. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On now is the Packers punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Come on. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready?
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night prime time, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counter-punch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
He finds his man complete. That's Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
First and 10
On the double.
46-yard line.
Let's go now. Set.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Well, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 124 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's first and 10.
Come on.
They go bootleg. Love. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out and check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Now is second and 10.
Ready. 33. Yellow. Set. Go.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow. 22. Ready.
Love from the gun on third down. And the ball is knocked out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Okay, ready.
Looking to put a drive together. The first carry for Jeremy McNichols. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels. That's going to be caught by Samuel. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Ready. Gotta be simple.
Daniels looking to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. fielded at the 20. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
That's taken in, Dontavian Wicks. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Set, shot, 17. Yellow, 4, ready?
They will run out of the gun with Jenkins. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you took runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Blue, 32. Hut, hut.
Love. And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Let's hut, hut.
There's a handoff to Jacobs. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 156 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Ready.
Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Come on, set. Black 40. Set.
Operating from the gun. Love. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Set.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down. Brendan McManus on for the Packer field goal.
The kick by McManus is good. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Viking 18. Ready.
He'll get this complete to Sinek, the tight end. And out across midfield down to the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Past the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. He'll keep it himself. He gives it up. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Washington Commanders first down. First and goal.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's Lucas Van Ness there to drop him behind the line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal? Throwing now is Daniels. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
This is swung out to Eckler. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. On fourth down, the Commanders send out Matt Gay to try the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Gay's kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you give him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal? Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel from 3 yards out. And the Commanders have retaken a third-quarter lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Oh, good return up past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, That leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter.
And the Packers, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now Love. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on first and 10. And that's going to be incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Ready. 10 black. Cut.
Working out of the gun. Love. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Out there set and ready for... This next drive, the Washington offense. And they caught a break with that missed field goal. Instead of being tied, they now sit in the fourth quarter driver's seat, still up 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Zach Ertz, the man in motion. To throw is Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Let's not quibble about the game there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The offense on third down tonight, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Commanders first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Daniels sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
Boy, that one was well-read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Got him in. It's Brown. a first down pickup of 8. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up the second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Open man is Samuel, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 14. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. To the air goes Daniels. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete right around the 8.
It's a gain of 11, and it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 1.
Ready? Let's go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Eckler is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Ready?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Here we go. 10 black. Cut.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. He finds his man, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's Washington that scoops it up. He may go. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
To throw now, here's Love. And that is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
At the 43-yard line.
Ready?
Going back to Love. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And a crossover out of bounds right at the 25. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
Here's Love. That's a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
McManus now for the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. And the Washington offense heading out. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
This 2nd and 4.
Let's go now.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Caught by the tight end Ertz. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. Nate Hobbs there to bring him down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now Daniels. Works over the middle. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Partner, I'd like to just stand aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Here's Daniels. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And get him to the ground at the 20, following a pickup of 4.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Ready.
They run forward with McNichols. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. But now he appears to be in some pain. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's first and 10. Straight ahead is Robinson. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Okay, ready? Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Up the middle they go. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
60 by 6, 60 by 6.
Daniels looking to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. The game knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
So here's Love and the Packers, down by 13, 55 seconds remaining. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Love. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Ready.
Here's second down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up
Ready,
second and
ready.
3.
Red, 38. Ready.
Now Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. Here's first down.
It's a gain of 8. That's good
Ready.
for a Packers.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes second and 10.
Ready. Hunt.
Here's Love. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 15. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Come on, come on. Hey! Gotta be lying.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Washington, it's an early road victory as they move to 2-0 now on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.